Hey, today we're going to be looking at how to create sparkling elements in Vue like these. I've put timecodes in the description so you can see in the timeline that there are chapters, so you can just simply skip the parts you are not interested in. So this whole sparkling package I created was inspired by Josh Comea. You can see his blog entry right here detailing how to create a sparkling element in React. I've just applied his knowledge and created a Vue application. Okay, let's get started. We're gonna open the File Explorer and create a new Vue project right here. To do that, just type Vue create and then the name of the project. The command line will ask you what Vue version you want to use. We are just gonna use Vue 2, standard configuration, and it will create a folder right here and download and install all the necessary files. Once that's done, navigate to that folder and open your editor of choice. Mine is Visual Studio Code, so I'm going to use that here. Once we're in that folder, type npm run serve and your npm will start the node server. Alright, now you can navigate to that localhost just in your browser just by going to your localhost. The addresses are also in the command line if you want to access it from a different PC or mobile phone. So now we see everything is working. We can cancel that and install the package we need. That's going to be Vue Sparcles. You can install it by npm install -- save Vue Sparcles. Once that's done, we can start up the server again and go into our main.js. We have to allow our linter to access the files. So let's do that real quick. And now we have to tell Vue to use Vue Sparcles. And that's it basically. Now we'll go into our app.vue file and we can wrap any component we want in the Vue Sparcles tag. And that's it, our component is sparkling. Now, if you want to get more into it, we of course can. We can change the color of the sparkles and also the path. To change the color, simply add a prop with the name color. And then you can just copy in or write in your HSL style color. This would be red. So let's do that and we can see red sparkles. If you don't know what HSL is, H is the hue, so that's 0 degrees on the hue scale, 100% saturation and 50% on the luminance. 0% would be black, 100% would be white. So if you want to have a different path now, this gets a little bit tricky because you can only change the path and not the SVG itself. So until there's some update or something like that, you have to stay within a 00160 Vue box, and you can also not use vector outlines or outline icons. Okay, so let's go to this SVG path editor and paste in the default path. You can see it's right here, and we can now just modify it the way we want, but we have to stay within the 160 by 160 dimensions, which you can also see here that this is the maximum we can go. So let's scale up the sort we got in the beginning and try to insert this path as our prop. So we're just going to define path here, and let me delete this space, and you can see we have sparkling sorts. Now we can get even deeper into this. We can have alternating colors and alternating paths. So to do that, I would recommend you to bind these props to actual variables in your Vue file, because this can get quite complex real quick. So let's add a data property and add a color variable. So we want multiple colors, so we're going to create an array, and in this array we're going to put in an object as the first item. And the properties of the object are age, and we're going to tell them to 0 degrees. We want S for the saturation, 100 again, and we want L for the luminance, that's again 50. And now we're going to create another object, and this will define the range of colors it will be alternating in. It will be creating like a rainbowy effect and alternating between these hue, saturation and luminance constraints. So if we want only reddish tones from red to yellow, we can go to hue equals 50, that's yellow, and we keep the same saturation and luminance values. I would recommend you to do the same if you don't have a specific plan on what to do with it. For example, black and white stuff. Okay, so now let's delete this color prop and pass in our color value. And we can see the colors are ranging from red to yellow. Okay, that's cool and all, but we also want different paths. That's even easier. Create a path object, again, have an array of the paths we want. And let's put in our sort. And let's also add back in the default path. And that should be it. Now, let's get rid of the path tag, create a new one, and pass our path. And as you can see now, the sorts and stars are alternating between each other. Alright, if you want to contribute to this project because you feel like there can be done some optimization, please do so. I'm not a Vue expert, of course, and I would appreciate every help I get. You can go on my GitHub. You can also find that GitHub link on my NPM site, and you can just contribute by changing whatever you feel like needs to be changed. All right, thank you. I hope you can integrate some great looking sparkles into your Vue site. Have a good one.